Welcome back everybody to another episode on Plexiglass Mountains. How are you guys doing? Now on the last episode we made the fission reactor over here, and today's goal is to actually get this guy up and running. But for that we're gonna be needing two things. First of all, we're gonna be needing fission fuel, which I should make the setup around over there, and then we're gonna need a wind turbine, which should go around over there. And then we can actually start generating power with this guy. But between episodes I did something you can see behind me, and we did that. Yes, I did two streams while not recording, and we made a mob farm, and this thing is working amazingly. The only issue I have is that I could probably put another modular router here with another sword. He's using my sword, so I don't even have a sword right now, but I do need to make this unbreakable so it doesn't actually break, because every hit it takes one durability away. Now taking a look at the loot, we got a couple of things that I wanted to at least have in drawers, because we're gonna get in tons of, like Inferium, blaze rods, bones. Apparently we can get TNT, rotten flesh, gunpowder, the heads, arrows, there's iron and carrots. There's also potatoes, but I got rid of the potatoes. Why is Inferium essence here though? Okay, I gotta see why that happened. But as you can see, we're getting tons of armor, like tons and tons of armor. Like we have full mana steel, I think. Yeah, we have full mana steel armor, which is insane. And the items probably coming into this chest. Yeah, we got potato. And then I also had this logistical sorter, which is basically getting rid of all the Minecraft books, because we can easily get those from villagers. And it's also getting rid of the iron, leather, and gold armor. And then all of our experience comes out to this experience obelisk, which already has 76 levels, which is insane. If we go up here, there's actually a second obelisk, which is picking up the experience. And then it's actually just being immediately sent down over there. And I can even come up here and show you guys a farm, which is basically four mob spawners, a creeper, a zombie, a skeleton, and a blaze. And they have spawner agitators, so they're always working. And then I just have some create fans, yeah, which have been powered by the tesseract over there. And they basically toss everything down and into the middle. Then I have the water to help them funnel into the middle. There we go. Yes, just like that. And then they just get killed by the modular router over there. Then we get the loot. Pretty easy and simple. I'm still gonna move enchanting setup over here, and probably the villagers as well, so we can trade and do stuff over here. And our first fishing is a rock cod. I know you guys didn't ask, but in case you want to take a guess, feel free to put it down in the comments below. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, to make this guy work, we need two things. Number one, water to act as a coolant. We can use other things, but we do not have the necessary machines. We do not have the boiler to actually use other things here. So we're going to use water, and then we're going to use fissile fuel, which needs an isotopic centrifuge, which needs uranium hexafluoride, and which needs a bunch of other things. Yeah, you guys get it, right? I need to just get hydrofluoric acid, which is a chemical dissolution chamber with fluoride and some sulfuric acid. And then I need the same for uranium. Go over here. There you go. I can even make it condensating as well. That's nice. But no, what I need is the yellow cake uranium, which I can get through the enrichment chamber. And then I get processed into uranium oxide and wherever until we actually reach the fissile fuel. So I'm gonna go until the very first machine that I need, and I'll come back to you. Okay, the first thing I need to do is get my hands on some sulfur dioxide, and the way we're gonna go around to do this is by using the chemical oxidizer with regular sulfur, and we should have a lot of this. Yeah, I guess I would say we have a decent amount of sulfur. I guess we can take a look here. Now, what is the best way to process sulfur though? So the enrichment chamber gives me 2 sulfur, and then this guy can actually give me this sulfur dust, which is what I need. Or I can also get it. Oh, I can make sulfur. And why do I have this sulfur? Okay, we did get our hands on the chemical oxidizer, but there's a small thing that I had to pay attention to, and that is, even though we just made a decent amount of sulfur and I made this pulverizer, so it will basically pulverize it into the dust that we need, it doesn't actually like run for that long if you think about it, because as soon as you run out of sulfur, well, you run out of power, and things can go very wrong if you run out of power in those machines. So you kind of need a way to produce this sulfur, and I do have a way to produce this sulfur, and that's pretty much by using a chemical injection chamber. This is going to use hydrogen chloride, which I am already making. I can just reroute it there, and gunpowder, which we're also getting from the mob farm. So in order for me to actually get the hydrogen chloride from over here, or I should say from down over here, into all the way up there, and then get the gunpowder from the mob farm also all the way up here, is going to be, by popular demand, the quantum entangle porter. Now this guy is a little bit expensive to make. It's going to be costing us some refined obsidian and some atomic alloys, so I got a little bit of crafting to do, but I'm gonna try and make like 16 of these guys, so wish me luck. Okay, I said 16. I'm gonna do 4 because it's really expensive. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say this thing is expensive. Let's do it like this. So 4 of these, and now I'm actually able to, yeah, pull 1 of these, pull 2, I'm gonna pull 3, I'm gonna pull 4. Okay, we got our 4 quantum entangle porters. Yeah, but they're very expensive. I thought they would be easier to make. Okay, while we're waiting for some of the things to process, take a look at this. We have now the quantum entangle porter right over here, connected to gunpowder drawer, and we just basically set it up with a name. I'm gonna set it up to sulfur because that's basically what this is gonna be doing. And you notice that it had some power because I already hooked up the second quantum right over here. There is, yes, it's right over here, which is taking in some energy from our gas burner setup right over here, and is also taking in the hydrogen chloride, which we're going to be needing into the chemical injection chamber. Now the good thing about this quantum entangle porter is that it can take gases, and that's something that Tesseract couldn't do, but this one can't. So if we, for example, come right over here, and if we put it, let's say we put something like this, yes, and then I just need to go and grab some cables. Yeah, and now I need to actually proper set up this thing. You can see it can have fluids, gases, infused types, pigments, slurries, energy, and heat. So this thing can do a lot, and I already hooked it up to here. Oh, and items, of course, also does items. So I guess items we're gonna be outputting through the top. Let's do auto eject as well, and the energy we already put it onto the back, so you can see it's now going into the back. So now if we hook a transporter, the transporter actually links into something, so now we can put it over here. We can bring the energy cable over here. Now this thing has energy, and we notice we can have the pressurized tube right there. That's perfect. But the gas thing, the gas, which should have its output to the left, we can have automatically output, and there we go. We have our hydrogen chloride. This has power, so now the only thing that's missing is actually me going down here with the configurator and start sending in gunpowder. And to do that, we do this. And now, if we go all the way up there again, we should have gunpowder. There we go. We have gunpowder coming in. It's being processed, and we have sulfur dust. This is amazing because now we can literally put it into the chemical oxidizer, and it will give us sulfur dioxide. So I just need to go and grab our machines. And with the chemical oxidizer in place, we now start getting sulfur dioxide. Now, this is kind of easy for me to do because I do have access to an infinite amount of gunpowder. If you guys don't, then there's actually other ways to get to this sulfur dust. I guess the best way would probably be the pressurized reaction chamber and do it like this. I was gonna do it like this, but I saw the chemical injection chamber and this one is actually better. So I can do it like this and get myself some sulfur dioxide. Now, I have this. Now I just need this oxygen, which is pretty simple with an electrolytic separator, which I should have somewhere around here. Or did I not craft it? I thought I'd crafted it. Whoops. There we go. There it is. And I also will be needing a pump and some pipes and a bucket of water, because we do need to have water here. And you know what? I made a sink. And there you go, with the normal setup of hooking up an electric pump to some power and then to just having some water underneath. Now we just put the pipes into the electrolytic separator, and we'll be dumping the excess of hydrogen because we will not be needing it. We only need the oxygen, which means we can now go into what would be some of the last machines. I should say, for the sulfuric dioxide, which is the chemical infuser. And then I got those things ready right there. I'll put it, I would say, somewhere over here. And then I'll just bring out, yeah, I'll bring out the resources from there. Or maybe right here. Huh, I don't know. Let me see how am I gonna set this up. Okay, there we go. This guy will just send the output right up to the top, right over here, and then the oxygen will flow just from there to here, and now we're getting sulfur trioxide. Now this still needs to go through another chemical infuser that will be making the sulfuric acid, and for that we need water vapor, which is luckily just a rotary condensator. Now the rotary condensator is really easy to set up. You just place it down with some water. You do have to toggle the operation so it inverts, and it is now producing water vapor. And then just hook it up to your second chemical infuser, and you now have sulfuric acid. Okay, and by far the chemical dissolution chamber is one of the most expensive things you can have, because this thing costs quite a lot of resources, as you guys can see, but it is necessary because you need to give it fluoride, so it actually uses some of your sulfuric acid into making hydrofluoric acid. Now, as you can see, this gives you quite a lot, and we do have a lot of this fluoride, and I'm even making more fluoride. So I think that this barrel, if you just do something like this over here, this should be more than enough. Yeah, because this will fill in pretty fast. And now we just need to make another chemical infuser, which also needs uranium oxide, and uranium oxide we need a chemical oxidizer and an enrichment chamber. So we're 3 machines left to our goal. And there you go. This is also quite a simple setup. We have a drawer with a bunch of uranium, and I'm making a whole lot more as well, going into the enriching factory that I have. And this is now giving us yellow cake uranium, which goes into the chemical oxidizer for uranium oxide. And this will need to go here into this chemical infuser right over here to give us now the uranium hexafluoride, because we already have hydrofluoric acid coming from the condensator over here, which is full, by the way. So I now need to link this guy to this guy, and he's probably using pressurized pipes. Yep. So I need to be very careful because I gotta do side configs for gases. So the front is the output, but I want the output to be here. So the front will actually be the input for the number 2, and this will be the output, so that I can just do it like this. And perfect, here we go. We're now starting to get uranium hexafluoride, and this is what we need to use on, wait, hold on, over here on our isotopic centrifuge, which we still need to do to make fissile fuel. So we're super close. And with the isotopic centrifuge in place, and with the output coming in from here, from the infuser, we now start to get fissile fuel. And that took quite a lot of stuff. Like, quite a lot of stuff. Like, not even gonna lie. And this thing will have to go over here, because this is where I want the fissile fuel to come in. This is going to be for the wastes, and I have 2 things for water. Yeah, 2 things for water over here. Yeah, that's perfect. Now I may want to reassemble this, maybe closer to here, or just better centered, or just rearrange some of the things, because this looks like a little bit of a chaos right now. I would love to make this thing look good, so if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. But we got fissile fuel. I was really hoping to get to the turbine today, but this took like way too many machines for me. And that's gonna be for the next episode. Yes, the next episode we will have this full up and running, because fissile fuel is actually quite more complicated than I was hoping for. But nevertheless, it is done, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful for you guys, and see ya in the next one. Goodbye.